So, do you ever just ask 999 crazy questions?
I think I lost track over about 700, so I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you.
Okay. And welcome to Mondo Freako. Tonight I've got Houston here from A Thousand Crazy Questions podcast. Houston and I have talked several times over the last year or so, maybe years. Maybe. But Houston, thanks for being here. And you don't even know the topic we're going to talk about yet. And I'm sure
No,
you're waiting on, bated breath. You're like, I can't. It's going to be something supernatural. Bob's going to throw it out here, and then I'm going to have to react to it, right?
yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Remote viewing. Have you ever heard of remote viewing?
Isn't that just viewing? Isn't remote viewing just like when you watch anything? The TV is technically remote viewing,
No,
right?
no, huh? No, you've never heard of
Uh,
remote viewing then. Well, this will be interesting. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So remote viewing means I can see, like, for instance, this is going to be creepy, but we'll throw it out there anyway. I can put myself into a state, like a trance-like state, and I can see the inside of your living area and see around there. And I can tell you where your microwave is from here without any connectivity, via the internet or anything, not through your camera, just by being me and having the special powers called remote viewing. Now,
I
governments
yeah,
use it, apparently. Have you heard that?
it's I have, but in a different way. I've heard it. That's astral projecting is what I've heard about that.
That's
But
kind of a different kind of remote viewing. Correct. Yeah. Astral projection. And that's where you project yourself so that you could be in another place at another time, even, and know what's happening. Like you're actually there, but you're not there. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, but it's also surveillance, right? Because
Mhm.
that's remote viewing. So I'm like, TV is remote viewing because you're watching something that's not really in front of you.
Well,
Eh,
technically, sure,
I mean,
but
well, it's
not in the sense that
remote.
I think we're talking about here.
No, I'm thinking too technical because I'm sorry, it's like remote
Yeah,
viewing. It's like, oh,
you're
like a
viewing
double-sided glass
remotely.
is,
Yeah,
yeah, like if I could see you but you can't see me, remote viewing.
exactly. So, but I'm thinking more along the lines of having some type of special power that, allows you to see places that you aren't at and have never been. So I just pulled up a definition of what remote viewing is on one of the AIs here. It says remote viewing is the ability to perceive distant or unseen targets using only the mind, without the aid of conventional sensory organs or known scientific instruments. It's considered a parapsychology ability where an individual, often called a viewer, attempts to gather information about a target, which could be a location, object, person, or event, that is hidden from normal perception either due to distance, time, or other shielding. The concept often involves reporting on their impressions, sensations, and mental imagery, which are then compared to the actual target. Remote viewing gained particular attention through declassified government programs like Project Stargate in the United States, which explored its potential for intelligence gathering, while proponents suggested it's a genuine psychic phenomenon. The scientific community largely viewed it as a pseudoscience due to the lack of consistency and reproducibility under controlled conditions. So, hey, so I thought we'd do a little test here, right?
Okay, okay,
And I want you, because you see me as a cartoon cat. I have
yeah.
you're a real person. Well, I consider myself a real person, but the way you see the way you see me on screen is as a cartoon cat. But I get to see, like, you got a green screen behind you, you got some lights, you got some black curtain, you got some other curtain, you're wearing headphones. I get to see you as you are. I want you to go deep into your own mind for a moment and tell me what my surroundings might look like. And now you can't just say, yeah, you're in a computer, the microphone. I mean, that's all no stuff.
You honestly took the words out of my mouth. I was like, hmm. I was like,
I'm talking
so,
like, actually, I am in front of, so I am in, I'll give you a little bit of a clue. I'm in my house, but there is a feature behind me that is probably not in every house.
there's a feature behind you
Mhm.
that's not in every house.
Right.
Okay.
Every house does not have what is behind me currently. And so I want to let you to use your mind to remote view. You're going to go, because we're like, what, a couple, what, 1,000 miles away?
Oh
We
yeah,
think around St.
we're
Louis to
a bit
Denver.
apart. Yeah. I'm in
Yeah, somewhere
Colorado,
close
so
to that.
yeah, so we're not next to each other. I would say, okay. First off, for the record, for people listening, I am not psychosensitive in any way. Um, what's the word? A medium?
Yeah,
I'm
oh yeah, or
yeah,
you could be a psychic or
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not even someone who claims to do any of that. I think I have a decent sense of vibes.
yeah.
When I meet somebody in person, I have to stress that because yeah, I don't. And even then, it's like decent. It's not even that good. It's not even like, oh, I know people. Uh,
I've been ripped off many times from people, but no, I went in. I thought they were good people, and next thing I know, I'm out $10.
oh my, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, this is a terrible story. Real quick. Well, not even a story. This is my high school, which I will not name.
Rip me
One of my
off.
worse than that. One one of my teachers, he was like my favorite teacher. He was a lot of people's favorite teachers, to be honest, but he was like one of my
Hmm.
favorite teachers. He signed my yearbook.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, because he was really cool. It turns out that he was like messing around with one of the girls and got
Oh yeah, there you go.
it hit him. Oh yeah. And then the different teacher who was an engineering teacher, same deal, signed my yearbook, really liked him. Like, this one's cool. Also, hit with charges. Both, both, both after I left. I was not in school while that what these two
Oh
things
really?
happened. But I found out like short years after I graduated. I was like, crap. Dang, I was like, two was like, one is like, oh, that's unfortunate. Two is like, what? I looked
Well,
inward. Shame on you, shame on me, sort of deal. I was like, what's why?
I
Why?
hate to tell you, but I think it happens more than you think.
Yeah. But it's the fact that I knew them personally. Well, not personally, but personally enough. I was like,
Oh my
what's wrong with
goodness.
me? Yeah, my
Because
gaydar is not even
I
that good
happen to
either.
know some people, at least, oh, at least two people I know that done exactly the same kind of deal.
Oh man,
Yeah,
yikes!
yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got two, I've got two, and there you go. So
Okay,
apparently, out of all the people you know, there's two people screwing around with students if they're a
at,
teacher.
at least two. The two confirmed. There was also a janitor who I didn't know as well, or I didn't know that also got busted at that school. So it has a reputation now. Anyway, okay, it was
That's wild. Okay.
back to the exercise though. Shoot. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna close my eyes and try this. I'm not.
Yeah. Gotta get into deep, you know, deep, kind of a deep state.
hmm hmm This is nothing that I can do. But let's see. Uh, I'm good at rolling dice.
Well, this is kind of like rolling the dice. I've actually seen like on television, like some of those shows where like a reporter, the person who was doing the story, did it, and they were like 25% correct in their guess for they got into a calm state and and then they said here's what I feel, here's what I see, and they
Hmm.
were like 25% correct.
I am seeing a blue shirt. It's like a dark blue and a white wall, no windows in the background, like lit okay by assumed like artificial light, but no window. Um, and there is what's going on? What is it? Okay, there's like a bookshelf that's halfway in frame, but it's not really in frame. White background. You're sitting at your computer. There is uh something standing up that someone would think is a sculpture, like one of those cat posts, but it's something different. Is it a cactus? Oh, what a weird. That'd be a weird plant to have. In a room, and yeah, no, in the back, in like a closet opening. How off was I?
Uh, you were scarily close. I think you got about 25% as well. So there is a bookshelf that's in the frame you could barely see. Got that right.
Cool.
It is a white room. It's painted white. Now,
Cool.
that's the two things you got correct. I,
Okay.
uh, so now the rest of it's wrong. But one thing is really close. There is something standing up behind me. It is not a cactus. And you started out saying it was some kind of cat thing, right?
Yeah,
That's what
like a
you
cat
said.
post that they jump
Yeah,
on.
like a cat. Yeah, like one of those cat toy things where they crawl around on it. It's not that, but it is. It's what is called a quilt ladder. So you hang blankets on it, and it looks like a ladder. And you can cats do jump on it, but there's no actually no
Yeah,
blankets on it currently because it's summertime. But yeah,
yeah.
it's a quilt ladder. Isn't that weird? Now
Oh yeah,
the big.
yeah. The vision was it was the reception. That must have been the problem. But that's what I was. That must be it. That must be it. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I
that
got
must be
confused
it.
with cactus.
See.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that had to be. Yeah.
Well, I would, but I mean, that was for being cold like that. Now, the other thing is, I have a brick wall behind me,
Oh,
but the brick wall is white,
okay.
which is unusual
Okay.
as well. So there you go.
Was I right with was the blue shirt off?
No,
Okay. Oh,
no blue
that's
shirt. Yeah, that was way off.
dang it. Shirtless?
No, I'm not shirtless, but it's not blue. I don't.
Okay.
I do have a blue shirt, but I'm like, do I have a blue shirt? No. Yeah, I do have a blue shirt, but I'm not wearing a blue shirt. I'm wearing I would call it charcoal,
Okay.
a charcoal kind of dark charcoal
Oh,
shirt.
that must be it. I said dark blue. I must have put the colors were, but it was dark. It must have been black. Yeah, it, I haven't toned in my abilities
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I knew it was a dark shirt of some kind. And yes,
I'd
yeah,
say you're on your
yeah.
way. To be honest with you, I mean, you got at least a quarter to a fifth of it correct with your guesses, right?
I
That's pretty
try.
good,
Have you seen the movie uh Nightmare Alley?
isn't it?
Um,
Do you remember? I
Kate
can look at it.
Blanchett and it's star-studded actually. I know Kate Blanchett
Nightmare
and
Alley. I don't. I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
what's my guy's name?
Keep talking.
I forget her main character's name. Was Jake Gyllenhaal in it? Or James Frank? I forgot who exactly, but it was a great movie. It's about this guy who he wants to be a mentalist, and essentially
Bradley
goes to
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
I have
Yes,
seen this. Yes, it's like
yeah,
set in like the 40s or something.
yeah. It's a great
It's
movie,
a
and like
Guillermo del Toro movie. I love Guillermo del Toro.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
He,
yeah.
he's like able to read people. Like at first, it starts off very con artistry. Like
Right.
it
Yeah.
takes a lot of skill, but he's like just a con artist, and then it gets more supernatural as the show as it goes, and the line blurs. It's really cool. But I
Hmm.
remember when he looks at this guy and he's like, "Oh yes, you and your dad were." He was a silent man, but you always wanted to be closer, but he never gave you enough. No, it was like you resent him, but you love him, right? Something like that. And
Right.
then and the person's like, oh, the man's like, how did you know? And then he's telling his assistant later, like, how'd you know about the dad thing? He's like, oh, it's just a classic 50-50 bag. You
Right.
like yeah,
Yeah. He was
most
right, but
people
he played it down. Right. So.
exactly. You just tell them this and then back it up like that, and I'm like, oh wow, like that fits like everybody. You can go,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That is a great movie with a really terrible title because
Hmm.
it sounds like a Seinfeld title, like Sack Lunch or Prognosis Negative. Nightmare Alley that's why I didn't remember because the title is just so not good. I think.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know. It's
interesting.
okay.
but
Yeah.
psychic, right? So remote viewing is a bit like being a psychic, but the interesting thing is that I don't think they classify themselves as psychic. Um, there was one of the most famous and influential figures in the field of remote viewing is a guy named Ingo Swann, and he's widely credited with coining the term remote viewing. And he played a pivotal role in the early research at Stanford Research Institute, and also that classified Project Stargate with the U.S. government. So he was
Hmm.
an artist and a site. He was known for his remarkable consistency and ability to remote view things. He, he famously claimed that he too accurately described the rings of Jupiter before the Voyager probe reached there, so before we even saw it. His work was instrumental in structuring protocols for remote which some people say it's still going on to this day, to be honest with you. And he was also able to describe uh, geographic coordinates for the government for targets, right? Which is
Whoa.
wild, right? Like they would like during war and things like that, he would say this is where they're at when they did not have any of that intelligence. So another one is Joseph McMoneagle, which sounds made up if you ask me. He was often referred to as the number one remote view. He was Army Chief Warrant Officer involved in military intelligence, became one of the key participants in the Stargate project, carrying out numerous remote viewing missions for intelligent purposes. I guess that's still classified. Individuals, particularly Swann, are considered pioneers in this field. Um, so yeah, let's see if we can get some more information on project. I don't know. Have you ever heard of? I think Stargate. I know the movie. Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know the what project? Have you ever heard of Project Stargate other than the movie?
No, I have not. Yeah, I just think of the movie. It reminds me of Project Starfish from. This is how immature my mind is. It reminds me of Project Starfish from the Suicide Squad, the one that James Gunn made, the
Oh
good
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
and like it's like it's Project Starfish. Like if we
Yeah,
call this Project Starfish, and then I think John Cena was like, "We're gonna go after its butt" or something like that.
right. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
starfish. Like no, it's a star because it's Starro, and he's like, "What?" And like that's a ew, continue.
So I looked it up here. Project Stargate was a secret U.S. Army unit established in 1977 at Fort Meade, Maryland, by the Defense Intelligence Agency and the SRI. International primary purpose was investigating the potential for psychic phenomena, particularly reviewing military and intelligence applications. Project originated from concerns in the U.S. intelligence community about Soviet research into psychotronics, which is what they were calling it. In 1972, Stanford Research Institute uh, aimed to explore whether could perceive distant targets with using only their minds. That is crazy. But I think it's still going on today, even though it's still parts of it are still classified, which is crazy. Now,
Hmm.
would you like to take a little quiz and see how well you do about remote viewing?
Sure.
Quiz.
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 All right, so we're going to take the quiz now. All right, so I'm going to read off a question, and I'm going to give you four choices for the answers. Some of they'll range from easy to extremely difficult. We'll start
Okay.
with an easy one. All right, and we've already talked about this a little bit, so I kind of gave a little bit away. What is remote viewing? A, the ability to perceive distant or unseen targets using only your mind. B, a highly advanced form of telekinesis that allows you to move objects with your mind, even if they're not, even if on another continent. C, a new streaming service that lets you watch live events from anywhere without a subscription. Or D, the art of staring intently at a map until you can see your destination. Which one do you think that is?
I want to say A.
A, the ability to perceive distant or unseen target. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. So
Yeah,
I could see where you
cool.
would. I may have given you too many answers in some of all the
No, no,
information that I gave you.
no, it was tempting. B, or was it remote? No, the subscription service is like, that's what I was talking about. There it is. That's remote. My first thought was like,
The art of staring intently at a map until you see your destination? No.
that's a crazy one.
A highly advanced form of telekinesis I think as a kid, I did that. I would stare at a map and be like, I want to be in this world, and I'm hoping that's my destination. But I
Yeah,
don't.
you do that thing where
It happened, but not when I wanted it to. So.
did you go with the globe? Where you spin the globe and you
Oh
start,
yeah,
and
you
you're
spin
like,
the
I want to go.
globe and you see what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're always
We're
gonna sink because it's always the ocean. You're always like,
I
death.
think we cheated all the time. I think we like have one eye open and then stop it. I'm in Denmark.
Oh, we had that. I always got something crazy. It was always the ocean for me, or
Really?
Australia.
Always
It's
in
a
the
fail.
ocean.
It was like,
Oh. Well, you got to stay in the northern hemisphere to hit land more likely than the ocean. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're screwed.
yeah.
A lot of water down there. So here, a medium question, although we may have talked about this. Who is often credited with coining the term remote viewing and was a key figure in the development? Is it A, Ingo Swann, B, Professor X from the X-Men, C, the person who invented the peekaboo game, or D, your nosy neighbor who always knows what you're having for dinner?
Huh. Huh. This is tougher. I'm gonna go A again.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna say A.
Because he's got a great name, Ingo Swann. That sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds like he could be. Since we were talking about Superman before we started recording, he could be in the DC universe. Oh yeah, it's Ingo Swann.
Yeah.
He turns anything he touches to gold. I mean, maybe his name's Ingot Swan, perhaps. I don't know.
It sounds like one of those names. No, you're not off.
Yeah,
IS. His initials are is. Oh, that's weird.
is that is weird.
Yeah, Ingo.
Is he just
It's like
is?
Ringo, like Ring from the Beatles, or I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's right. It's
Yeah,
right. Ringo from the Beatles. That's
yeah.
what's an Ingo. I
Ingo.
can see things that no one else can see. Right? Yes.
He works. Who invented the peekaboo game? That's hilarious. I don't
I
even
have
know
no
that.
idea. You want me to look it
That's
up? I
I don't even know how to look. How? There's no way.
don't.
There's no way
I
anyone
don't
would
know
know
who. I
that.
don't know who would do that. Yeah. Good question. I don't even
Dude,
know. I'm
that's a good
assuming that
question.
it would be go all the way back like Neanderthals and so forth. I'm guessing.
No, it's a
Uh,
good. It's a really good question. Who
oh, now
invented
I'm
the
gonna have to
peekaboo game?
let me ask the powers that be who invented peekaboo, the peekaboo game. Game. All right, we'll type it in here. The AI takes way too long.
Yeah.
No single identifiable inventor as a specific person. The act of hiring and pairing and accompanying vocalization, peekaboo, ha ha ha, is the natural way for adults and children to engage with babies. So they're not going to commit to anything. They have no clue. And I
They
thought this
can't.
AI was supposed to be smart.
It's artificial.
Yeah, it's not that smart.
It's right there in the name.
All right, we got one more quiz question for you. This is the hardest quiz question. I would call this extremely difficult.
Okay.
What were some of the primary applications or goals for which remote viewing was investigated? Or maybe it's not as difficult as I thought. To gain intelligence on distant targets, locate missing persons, or explore inaccessible areas. To find out who keeps stealing socks from the dryer. To predict the lottery winning numbers. Or to see if your cat is secretly planning world domination while you're at work.
Well, wait. D is obvious. Yes. I mean, no, I mean, D's not the answer. I'm saying, yeah, your cat's doing that. That's that's they're low key evil. No offense, Bob. Just
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's for sure.
no
There's no
offense.
question about it.
No, when you find a good cat, it's rare. Like when you're taking a test and you're like, there's no way it's the same number twice. It could be A, then it could be A, but the third time you're like, no, it can't be two A's in it. It can't be three A's.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
sneaky.
Yeah, I know. I'm making, I'm psyching myself out, but it's that testing mentality in me that's like, don't, you can't be, it can't be the right, it can't be three times. It can't be A three times. For okay, I'm gonna go with A, even though
Ah,
my
you're
my
correct.
test my testing things were going. Oh, it is okay.
Yes, to gain intelligence on distant targets, locate missing persons, or explore inaccessible areas. Fantastic. Look at that. Three
Cool.
for three. Well, we helped you
Let's
along with
go.
a little bit of information, right? So there you go.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah, it worked
Mondo
out.
Freako.
Mondo Freako.
Mondo Freako.
Mondo Freako.
Hey, look at that. You like aced the quiz. 3 A's for you. A, which was also the answers, which the funny thing is it's supposed to be completely random because I just made those questions up whenever we got
No way.
on.
No way.
Yeah, I did. That was why I was aggravated like earlier because I'm like everything was really late. And so yeah, you in your headphones, we were kind of sitting there. I made all those questions up on the fly via a little AI help, and AI put them in AAA order. Isn't that stupid?
That's really stupid. But the peekaboo one is good. Was that you or AI? Because I think that one's a really good question.
It was AI. It was
Dang
AI as
it.
well.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Because that's a good freaking question.
yeah, I can't believe it. I'm like, goodness gracious, look at this. So, on the topic of remote viewing here, is this something that you think now that we've learned a little bit more that you would want, the ability to do?
No. I'd pass on that
No,
one. No.
really?
I mean,
Hmm.
it's really weird. It's I mean, and not in a good way. I feel like okay. Do you know of the show That's So Raven?
Oh yeah, that's so Raven.
Yeah,
What's the next line? It's
is the future I can see
it's the
that.
future. There you go. No,
Yeah, that yeah
I'll have to admit that I watched a lot of that so Raven with my kids. So
yeah
I watched all this That's So Raven because of my children were watching it. So I watched it with them.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's That's So Raven. That's a great show. I mean, I think they had a revival type season
a little
where
bit. Yeah, I think
Raven has
so.
kids. I didn't watch that one or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it went over very well. Back whenever it was due, I think that was the height of its popularity. Yeah, I
back
don't
when
think
she
it
was
really did good on the reboot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept. It's like that power what kind of just gets you into trouble, I think. Like you're being privy to conversations you're not supposed to be really a part of. And like, she's able to see the future, but only in specs. And
Right. Yeah.
and like the lesson of that show constantly is you can't change the future or you shouldn't try to, or things
Right.
will
You get
happen
in
the way they're going to
trouble.
happen constantly. With the things she does to avoid it is always the thing that she did that starts it, and never learned her lesson from that. And I
Right.
feel
Yeah.
like
Well, that was the whole show.
yeah, and this is similar. Like if I'm putting my ears or eyes somewhere that they shouldn't really be, I'm just gonna learn things that maybe I shouldn't know. I mean, it's good for espionage. Like I definitely see the benefits, but I don't. I feel like I would just kind of either I'd be too tempted to use it too much, or I would get in trouble somehow. I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, that's honestly yeah.
I I'm surprised that there wasn't an 80s teen movie using remote viewing in some way, shape, or form because all of those raunchy teen movies in the 80s had some, like Porky's and all these things, had some voyeur aspect to them. And wouldn't this be the ultimate voyeuristic aspect that this kid like tries to teach himself remote viewing so he can peek into the girls' locker room in an 80s movie? Don't you think?
I don't think I don't think that works as well because you're gonna not to get not to get crass because you this is about focus. It's about like meditation and focus and and so like if he remotes himself into a girl's locker room, like you're losing focus, or at least I know I'm losing focus. It's like you're like you can't be there like in life
Oh,
and like control your body while you're also there
uh,
mentally. I feel like
ah,
that's
there you
pretty. So like
go.
it's when you do see something like that, you're arousing. It's like oh crap, well I feel
Oh,
like
you're gonna be right out of it, right?
yeah, I feel like dang
The
it, take me
first
back.
glimpse of anything, you'll be like, "Whoa!" And then maybe that's the movie. That's the comedy of the movie. As the kid,
Yeah,
he has the ability, but he never can, get there. And so, right as they're turning around to face camera, right in the movie, he, loses it. So, and then there you go. You have your title, Remote Control.
remote control. Yeah, there it is.
It's
That's
the new '80s teen comedy from Houston Peters and Bob Lament.
yeah.
I think this is a this is a killer idea that someone's going to steal now. I have a feeling
I think it
we're
works.
going to see this. We're going to see this because all these things come back, right? So, you know, so the Porky's of the 2020 set is going to be called Remote Control, and it'll have this guy who gets thwarted at every turn to use his remote viewing prowess to spy on, and maybe like he'll, like you said, he'll come to his senses and see that it's wrong and only use it for good.
I
But
think he'll accidentally do it for good. It's an act he gets like he
yeah,
uses it for perv intentions at first, and then
mhm,
then
yeah,
this girl's interested in him because she finds out he can do this because he tells her, and like and then he just does it to impress her. But then she's the virtuous one, and she's like,
ah,
oh, let's use it for this. And so he's just doing it because the power of boners or whatever. But she's like, I want to save the animals or something like that. I want to take down this government.
I was going to say he finds a retainer for her when she loses it. Wouldn't
He
that be
finds a
the
retainer.
wholesome thing, right? As she loses her retainer, where could it be? And then he goes, "Hold on a minute, I see," and then he finds her retainer. She left it at Sally's house behind her, makeup mirror.
That's wholesome. I was thinking some dark stuff.
Oh,
I was thinking like she can't find her brother and he finds him buried in some shallow grave and he's a hero because he saves her brother's life and he just did it to get her. But then
right.
people start coming in with actual problems like where
Oh, and this is
yeah.
a whole series. This is like on the WB or something all of a
No,
sudden
no,
here.
I don't think it has much legs. This
Netflix
is a movie.
streaming.
Bob,
Yeah.
this is a movie. I don't think this has legs for a show. I think this
Oh,
is
you
a
don't think
movie.
so? I think it
I
does. I
think
mean, Raven went on for years.
yeah, because she never learned her lesson. We got a horny main character who has to get his lead,
Right.
and we have a first act where he discovers he has his powers or he gets them, and then like
Hmm.
tries perving on people. It kind of works, kind of doesn't because he always wakes up in his bed frustrated. And then we have the second where he finds the girl, he impresses her,
Hmm.
finds her brother, and then like gets media attention, becomes famous. And then the third act, he has like you see, there's a third act here.
Yeah.
We have to figure this out. Where's the climax of this? But yeah, I think it worked.
Well, I think it happened in the first act but it was a little premature.
You're right. This could work. There's a serial killer on the loose. The same
Oh
person
no!
who's
Now
saying
you're gonna get serial. Now it's a
it,
real crime thing. Okay.
it's a real crime thing, and then he has to
Yeah. Oh
face off
yeah.
against
Like a Michael Myers type of deal going on, something like
some,
that. Yeah.
some Donnie Darko type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Who knew remote viewing could be so fun? I wonder if the government's still putting money into it.
Doctor Strange does it. I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah. Well, but his is magic, right? So he's got, he's tapped into the zeitgeist or the power of the universe or different multiverse and so forth. So it's not quite the same as this. Where basically, it's an individual who is somehow able to reach beyond the realm, and go into another place. I think it's a little bit more. Doctor Strange is using powers beyond himself. This is powers within yourself.
Uh, uh, nah. No, as I say, it's all. No, it's all in the same realm. It's all in the same box. Because
You
like
think
there's
so?
yeah, I'd say there's no
Hmm.
difference. Like he's able to do the same thing. He can go as far as he wants.
I know,
He,
but the deal is, it's not. I mean, he does it because he's got uh, what has he got? He's got some special thing. What is Doctor Strange? He got his powers because I'm trying to remember now.
magic is just real, and he studies it. That's
Oh,
kind of
right, he
it.
studied magic. I mean, this kid doesn't study magic. He just lays down and thinks about it, and there it goes.
Well, sure. I'm just saying it's the same principle. I mean, like, what do you? Because like, if it were something everyone can do, why isn't everyone doing it? It is outside of us. I
Wow.
can't do it.
Whoa, man, that was deep. That was a deep statement. If there's something everyone could do, why isn't everyone doing it?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a weird problem of Doctor Strange that you just can't look straight on in that world. Magic is just a
Mhm.
school, and you can just
I know,
you have to.
but
Yeah,
that statement is profound because there is stuff that everybody could do, and they just don't do it. Like they can be nice, they can be kind, they don't do it.
yeah,
We're not even talking about magic abilities. We're just talking about people. You can recycle. You don't have to throw it on the side of the road. You can find a
that's
garbage
true.
can. You don't have to
That's
stick
true.
your gum underneath a bench.
That's
I
all.
mean, it
That's
goes on and
true.
on. You
Yeah,
don't have to be a serial killer. You don't have to be a pervo.
yeah.
So,
You don't have to be a cat
wow.
trying to take over the world.
There you go.
That's
Exactly.
yeah,
Cats,
yeah.
they can live peacefully
Yeah.
with
You're
people.
not doing it. Yeah, you're running shows and with quizzing. You.
Maybe that's part of the strategy. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Well, uh, I shouldn't say more. But yeah, no, I think it. Like what I said earlier. I don't have any psychic inclination in me. I know there's some people out there who do slash there are people who do, there are people who are, and there are people who just claim to it, and then there's then every shade in between. So
Yeah.
I'm not clairvoyant in any way, but if everyone was clairvoyant, if everyone had that, then it wouldn't be special. Not that it has to be special, but then we'd all be psychicking, that's so ravening
We,
each other.
we would all be
And if
psychic and all over the place.
and if everyone could astro project or view remote view or
Mhm.
whatever Doctor Strange does, then they would be doing it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
spins his hand in a circle and then a portal opens up. He
yeah.
like makes his own television
Well,
is
he
what he's
has to, he
doing.
has he has to wear a ring first. He has to wear
Right,
a
yeah, he's
ring.
got the funky what you call it? Looks like brass, like tiny brass knuckles.
Yeah, it's finger knuckles. Don't don't have ring jewelry.
Right, so the tiniest brass knuckles, and he spins them around. So,
Yeah.
Houston, to wrap it up, tell people where they can find you, how to find you. What are these thousand crazy questions?
These questions are 1,000 and they are crazy. The number is subjective. I know I have over 1,000, but don't I don't know. I haven't counted. You can find me on anywhere on like podcast wise on any audio platform. I have a huge backlog of episodes, and I currently working on a bunch of shorts for YouTube and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But new episodes coming out later, couple months. I'm taking just like an unofficial weird break with just
Oh,
shorts.
okay. Summer off. Got the summers off.
Kind of. There's a bunch of editing, which I don't like doing. But yeah, no, a bunch of episodes. Go check it out anywhere audio podcasts are found, and there's some visual episodes up on YouTube too. You can look up um, at just Houston Pierce on YouTube, and you'll just see some of my profiles from my videos, and 1,000 crazy questions on any um, platform should do it. Oh, and now 1,000 crazy questions on Instagram. There it is. Yep, the number, not
Yeah.
the word. Yep.
Oh, just like that,
Yeah.
huh? Just like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Well, Houston, thanks for taking some time to talk to me about remote viewing. And you know what? I see in your future, you're going to be in a weird where everyone's facing the same direction, uh, and your chairs seem to be stacked on top of each other, but they're not on top of each other. They're kind of tiered,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's watching the same thing at the same time. It's in your future in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That's like 75% correct. The chairs aren't exactly stacked on each other, but they
Oh,
are
right.
like
Yeah.
they're staggered back. So you're
Yeah.
pretty it's pretty close, but everything else was right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, Houston told me he was going to go to the movie tonight. So, but we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Hang on, Houston. I'm going to play us out. Hang on for just a moment after that.